Hi, I'm Chris Berman. Ahead on ESPN, some thought he might have left Florida a little bit early last year. But Rex Grossman came on strong as a starter down the stretch. The job's all his now. We'll see what he can do with it here. San Francisco, Chicago. This ought to be good.
Hi, folks. It's Dan Stevens, and welcome to Chicago Field. Sitting beside me is my pal, Peter O'Keefe. Peter, the tension is high today as a playoff position is on the line.
Indeed, Dan. You gotta love the energy out here. Know this game is a must-win. I expect them to play their hearts out today, and it should make for one heck of an exciting game.
That will bring up second down. Latte just rifles this one, and it's takes him down the way you plow through a buffet line.
Hey, that depends on what you're serving. Prime rib, watch out. Just another terrific play right there.
Third down and 4 wideouts in the game.
It's all about making the big plays when you need to, and you can't coach that.
Woods snags the dart right sideline. And Latte zings it to the right side, and Latte fires this one over the... Barlow goes in motion. Wilson catches the lob. Touchdown! And
Cedric Wilson faces down 2 defenders and comes away with the football. Oh, nice catch.
He gets the touchdown, Peter, and decides to take it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 16.
Bunch of receivers out there. Defense is expecting that, and they go to nickel.
Jones is at the 30. It's a tough catch. Grossman just rifles this one, and the reception shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up. Jones chews up. Booker falls in the pass and fighting. Zach second down coming up. Clark grabs the fastball over the middle and he's in for the score.
Desmond Clark reels in the catch despite being covered by 2 defenders. Dan, I guess you just can't be intimidated. Check this out.
Yard line. Latte rifles it out left side, and the ball is... Latte zips it to the left sideline. It's intercepted. No one in front of him. Gets out at the 1. It'll be first and goal.
Jerry Azuma has a monster play for the D. He picks off the ball here and then takes it downfield for a huge gain. Man, you cannot coach that.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come over third and short. And touchdown!
Touchdown, Bears!
Thomas Jones makes an incredible play here. Watch how he pulls out some extra yards. Oh, that's present.
Hauls it in right side. Second down with a split backfield. Barlow. Latte throws a heater right sideline, and it's caught at the 47. That'll bring up second down. Latte throws a heater, and they can't. Lloyd grabs the rope right side. Barlow gets the call on first down and heads upfield. Robertson. Peterson with the 41-yard attempt and has it sailed just left of the upright. Rips him down in the backfield. Clark grabs the floor. The Bears will take a timeout. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer? Up 2, and that brings up second down. Grossman rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's a 47-yard line. Latte throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete. Robinson. Johnson pitches it over the middle. Grossman throws it to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete pass.
David Terrell had that ball in his hands on that play, and then he just dropped it.
Jones. Latte passes this one after the play. Stops right soon after the catch.
Yeah, if you can't make anything happen after the catch, those short throws are useless.
Latte gets all of his arm into this pass, and it's intercepted.
Nathan Vasher gets the interception, but that really happened because his teammate got in there and tipped it. Oh, it's all about coordinating your defense, man. Playing as a team.
Well, that's this drive as they start at their 36-yard line. Jones catches it in the flat and is at the foot. Dragged down at
versus a D that is wisely loaded up on DBs.
Latte throws this up if they can get back on track here. This drive begins at their own 18-yard line. Grossman unloads this one to the left, and
David Terrell has 3 guys covering him, but look what happens. Incredible catch.
Peterson makes a play. Second down. Carter. Lloyd grabs the fastball over the middle and is past the first with daylight. Touchdown!
Brandon Lloyd showed why he's such a valuable guy to have downfield.
He makes the catch, but then cuts loose for plenty more.
You can't coach that.
Great effort to get him into the end zone. Gabe makes the catch on the right play for this drive.
Yeah, now, Dan, they can just fall forward and make the play.
Sounds easy. Number 37 goes in motion. Thomas takes it for his 5th carry and heads west. Jones carries it for the 9th time. Grossman passes this one after the play. Jones gets the call on 4th down, and the field goal unit is on the field. Edinger boots it from 47 yards out, and they take the lead.
All in just really gets the whole ball here, and he needed it. Watch. That's a powerful kick for 3 points, my friend. When he needs to, he can boot that thing.
What a way to end the game, and what a way to be a hero, Peter. Fantastic game.
It's good to be a kicker in these situations.
And that will do it for tonight's game. The Bears come out on top, 17-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Bears stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Rex Grossman is standing by with our Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thank you, Chris. You played great today, and you nosed them out in this nail-biter game. What put you guys over the top?
Yeah, the fans were real big for us, man. They really got into the game, and we fed off their energy, man. I'm really glad we get the win for them.
Chris, back to you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Raiders come away with a brutal 18-point victory. Terry Glenn stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Travis Henry rushed for over 50 yards and helped his Bills beat the Cardinals. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Well, trades aren't quite as common in the NFL nowadays as they are in other sports, certainly. But we've got news to report to you on the trading front nonetheless. Bertrand Berry leaves the Cardinals and is on the move to the Buccaneers. And it's clear this was an area of their football team that needed somebody. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Charlie Garner will step into a role that might suit him perfectly as he'll look to make an impact out of the backfield.
49ers, Bears. Jerry Azuma was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Bears go on to win this by the final score of 17-14. In the mile-high city of Denver, we had the Broncos ending up on the wrong end of an 8-point game. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Patriots win their 4th game of the year. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Keith Traylor is on the move as he gets a contract for what can only be referred to as crazy money. 4 years, $2.2 million.
Jaguars, Texans.
Fred Taylor is just thinking, let's get out of the shadow of our own goal line. There's a first down. What shadows? The only shadows are the defenders behind him. He could go all the way. A 98-yard run.
The Jaguars win this one by the final score of 26-21. Down in Nashville, we had the Titans come away with a 7-point win. The Giants' defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at the HHH Metrodome. The Packers won on the road and will head into their bye week on a high note. Panthers, Seahawks. Jake Delhomme
Calling signals at the 9-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rolls right. And look at this toss across his body, but 3 defenders picture perfect 6.
The Panthers go on to win this by the final score of 31-17. Gerald Sowell had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Luckily, we had a relatively injury-free week, which makes my job just that much easier. Sam Cowart might be the biggest loss on this list. Tests at the stadium revealed a broken kneecap, so he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Peyton Manning went to the end zone 4 times and helped his Colts beat the Chiefs. And in our final game, we had the Eagles come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now that most teams have 7, 8, 9 games under the belt, we're starting to get a pretty good sense for which guys are going to be blue chippers come draft day. Higgins is a guy, for starters, that I think truly has very few negatives in his game right now. 6'4", 235, out of Akron. And when you look at the tight ends that are going to make themselves available this year, this guy's one of the top ones around. He's got good size, obviously, but he's got good deceptive speed as well, and he could fit right into the West Coast offense. Townsend is another guy that's starting to make some noise with a terrific senior season. He was a virtual unknown coming into this year, but people are starting to project him to have a solid NFL career. I'm starting to jump on the bandwagon as well. So that'll do it for now, but expect there to be plenty happening between now and April.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.